Welcome to another episode of Regional Review, viewers. I'm Otis Daniels, your host for this episode. Thank you for tuning in. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this edition, produced in and coming to you all the way from the south of Namibia. A tragedy played out on the railway line near Naute in southern Namibia. We kick off the show with a visit to the Rovos Rail derailment site. I just arrived at the Rovos Rail train crash site between Siheim and Holhoek. As you can see, two locomotives, Trans-Namib locomotives, are at the site, and it appears as if they will be trying to move the carriages that did not derail. I'm here to bring you an update and also to show you firsthand what the site looks like. I can also confirm that high-ranking Trans-Namib officials visited the scene of the accident today, and that the investigations into the cause of the accident is officially underway. There's also police officers stationed at the scene of the accident and a large contingent of security personnel. Now, the Rovos Rail train derailment killed a driver and a Trans-Namib pilot yesterday near Naute in southern Namibia after rains washed away a section of the bridge. The company confirmed the deaths in a statement yesterday. Rovos Rail said its southbound train from Windhoek was involved in an accident at approximately 5 o'clock in the morning, about 100 kilometers from Keetmanshoop and roughly 285 kilometers short of Arnhemsvlei in the South African border. The cause was a wash-away of the last span of a bridge, resulting in the loss of 2 locomotives and 2 utility coaches. The automatic brake system stopped the train to prevent further damages, the company said. The company also confirmed that no passengers or other Rovos Rail staff members sustained injuries. Buses transported the gas to Upington, from where they will be flown to Cape Town, the company said. Trans-Namib Chief Executive Desmond van Jaarsveld also said an investigation into the cause of the accident is underway. We are cooperating fully with the authorities, and once finalized, key stakeholders will be informed and appropriate measures will be implemented to prevent any recurrence, he said. Van Jaarsveld added that the emergency response plan was activated immediately. Teams were dispatched to the scene without delay. Our priority was the safety and well-being of all employees and passengers. Urgent medical care was provided to those affected, and survivors are being supported, he said. The train was on a 3,400 kilometer, 11-day Namibian safari journey from Walvis Bay to Pretoria. As you can see, they've managed to remove 17 of the undamaged coaches. That train is on its way to Keetmanshoop. What remains is another 4 carriages and the 2 locomotives. So I've learned that they are going to source a crane to come and undertake the clear-up operations, which could take approximately 2 weeks. And then after that, the railway line will be reconnected and it will be open for business once again. We extend our deepest condolences to the families, friends, and colleagues of the two persons that died in the accident. We also hope that appropriate measures will be implemented to prevent any recurrence of such a tragedy. Up next, the community of Luderitz staged a march against drugs and demanded justice for Granny Frieda Ngwedha, who died after she was injured in a robbery.
Niemand sal dit vir ons doen nie. Die is ons verantwoordelikheid. Dit gaan nie eens oor ons nie, dit gaan oor die kinders van môre. Today we gather as a united community of Luderitz, young and old, standing together in peace and solidarity against the devastating impact of drugs and drug-related crime in our town. We are not here to create conflict. We are here to protect lives, restore safety, and defend the future of our community. We demand justice for Kukukauna. This tragic incident reflects the growing violence linked to drug abuse and addiction. Innocent civilians are increasingly becoming victims of attacks committed by individuals seeking to sustain drug habits. We call for a thorough investigation, transparency from law enforcement, swift arrest and prosecution of those responsible. Justice must not only be done, it must be seen to be done. Number 2, enforcement of legal age restrictions in bars. We call for strict enforcement of age regulations in all bars and drinking establishments. Bar owners have a legal and moral responsibility to verify identification, prevent entry of underage individuals, protect minors from exposure to alcohol, drugs, and criminal environments. Non-compliance must result in penalties and possible closure. Number 3, accountability of property owners renting premises. We request strict warnings and enforcement measures for landlords and property owners. If drug activities are discovered on rented premises, property owners must cooperate with law enforcement. Repeated negligence must result in legal consequences. Landlords must ensure responsible tenancy practices. Community safety must come before profit. Closure of abandoned buildings. Regarding this particular point, it is directed to town council, but the enforcement falls under the police station. So number 4, abandoned houses have become hotspots for drug use and criminal activity. We call upon the Luderitz Town Council to ensure that structures are sealed and secured. Law enforcement to enforce trespassing laws. Community partnerships to safeguard the spaces. Anyone unlawfully occupying such properties should face legal consequences. Number 5, establishment of a vehicle checkpoint at the entry of Luderitz. We propose a security checkpoint at the entrance of Luderitz to monitor and search vehicles suspected of transporting illegal substances in and out. This measure will help disrupt drug trafficking routes and protect our town from illegal inflow. Number 6, increased law enforcement presence. We urgently request increased manpower on the ground to restore safety and deter criminal activity. If necessary, reinforcement measures similar to those implemented in Keetmanshoop may be considered. Visible law enforcement presence builds deterrence and restores public confidence. As young people of Luderitz, we refuse to inherit a future shaped by drugs, fear and lost potential. We are witnessing friends drop out of school, families breaking apart, and dreams fading because of substance abuse and crime. We want safe streets, opportunities to grow, and environments that nurture our talents that destroy them. We are not the problem, we are part of the solution. We stand ready to work with authorities. In conclusion, we stand united against drugs, crime, and violence. We stand for safety. We stand for justice. We stand for the future of Luderitz. We respectfully hand over this memorandum and request a written response within a reasonable time frame. As youth leaders, we stand not only for today's voices, but for generations yet to come. We refuse to be defined by drugs and crime. We choose hope, unity, and a future where every young person in Luderitz can live, dream, and succeed in safety. The time for change is now. The responsibility is ours. The future begins today. Let us move as one.
The community has spoken and the police promised to act. We now visit a very unique institution, the Namibia Maritime Museum. Please take along.
Well, what makes Namibia Maritime Museum a special or a unique museum is the fact that it is Namibia's very first maritime museum, the only maritime museum in Namibia which is dedicated towards exploring the ocean. That is the Maritime Museum. Another fact is that the Maritime Museum is housed in a historic building, the Luderitz Old Power Station, which was commissioned in 1911 as a power station in Luderitz. So that's another fact. And when you come inside this building, you would see that we maintain the architectural integrity of the building. So it still gives you the industrial feel of the building. So the Namibia Maritime Museum is also unique in a sense that we are a museum about the ocean. And when you come here, you'll see that we are in close proximity to the ocean. Even as I'm talking to you, I'm only a few meters away from the ocean. So that makes Namibia Maritime Museum a unique museum. When it comes to the collection that we have here, we have one of the largest collection of ship models that are made to scale. And our collection is one of the largest in Africa of ship models. We're also talking of postal stamps that are of maritime identity. We are talking of commemorative coins from different parts of the world that were meant to celebrate or commemorate key achievements in the world maritime history, key figures, explorers, navigators. And when you also look at the displays that we have here, they are quite informative, they are educational and interactive, therefore inviting the visitor. It's quite enticing. So the Maritime Museum occupies 2,500 square meters of this historic building, the old power station, at 5 levels. And to keep up with the maritime jargon, we call these decks. So we have deck 0 to deck 5. So deck 0 covers the aspects of Namibia maritime history, linking it to the world maritime history. We also have aquariums that are actually connected to the sea, and you'll find marine species that are actually from the ocean here in Luderitz. And when you go to deck 1 houses our library, our museum inside the museum, because it's a well-resourced library, and exhibitions on the offshore exploration of oil and gas and diamond mining in Namibia. And on deck 2, we are primarily focusing on Namibia's fishing industry, and also the role played by the Namibian Navy. And on deck 3, we are looking at the port facilities of Namibia, the port of Luderitz and the port of Walvis Bay. And then on deck 4, we then have the command center, where you have the captain's cockpit, that it gives you a feel of being on a vessel. This project took a long period of time to complete. So we took a two-pronged approach. While this building was into transformation that started in 2010, we also started with the process of collecting. So most of the collection comes from the company's efforts to collect all this from different parts, from both the community here in Luderitz, and some also comes from different parts of the world. And we are grateful that we have also, as of recent years, have received also donations from members of the community and other entities in Namibia, and we are grateful. Well, as a curator, everything that we have here, we have curated in a way that it is, meaningful to you as a visitor and also informative. Our intention is that when you visit, you would leave with something new that you have learned. So everything that you come across, you are likely to get that out of it. So from all the ship models that we have here from different time periods, the antique maps that we have here, the navigational instruments, and all the exhibitions that we have here. And I must say that we have also incorporated at a larger scale the technology. We are innovating. So you'll see that in some areas of the museum, you have cutting edge technology. You'll be able to take virtual tours of some of the operations, especially when it comes to the blue economy, so that you gain in-depth understanding. So I would say that all areas of Namibia Maritime Museum are quite impactful. So a museum on its own, like I said, we are continuously carrying out research to make sure that our collection and displays are up to date and meaningful. So it's never an ending process. We continuously update. So what you see today, tomorrow, you may find some changes and all that. So we are continuously working to make our exhibition a lively one. So, but we have plans to carry out public discussions at the museum, lectures. We are working with experts in different areas as far as the ocean is concerned to instill the understanding of the ocean, in-depth understanding of the ocean. So we invite members of the public to keep a look on our social media and website on these exciting activities that are coming to Namibia Maritime Museum. The Namibia Maritime Museum is not just a repository of historical objects. We are an institution of lifelong learning. So the exhibitions and displays that we have in this museum are aimed at instilling the understanding of the value of the ocean, and also the understanding of the threats that we are posing to the ocean, and also for us to understand the contribution of the blue economy to economic growth in Namibia. So the tours that we give here, especially the guided tours, are aimed at educating our visitors, and all the displays that you go to, the captions are aimed to educate our visitors on the significance of the ocean, so that when one leaves here, they reach an in-depth understanding as to what value does the ocean represent in terms of the environmental significance and the economical significance. The exhibitions that we have at Namibia Maritime Museum involve an exhibition on the growing of kelp, the giant kelp in our ocean. That is by Kelp Blue. And it looks really at the environmental impact of the kelp in the ocean and also the socioeconomic impact of the project. We also have exhibitions on diamond mining in Namibia, Luderitz being the birthplace of Namibia's diamond industry. So we have an exhibition on onshore diamond mining and offshore diamond mining. The museum has a staff complement of 4 dedicated workers. And when you come here, the idea is to give you a long-lasting impact and experience, and it would motivate you to want to visit us over and over. And we are quite grateful. We have had all positive comments on the experience here at the Namibia Maritime Museum. The Namibia Maritime Museum is open from Monday to Saturday. From Monday to Friday, we are open from 9:30 in the morning until 18:30 in the evening. And on Saturdays, we are open from 9:30 to 1:30 in the afternoon. My message is that a visit to Luderitz or a visit to the south is incomplete if it doesn't involve the visit to Namibia Maritime Museum. Therefore, I encourage all, starting with schools, who would like to see as many learners coming here and us taking on the role to educate them on marine literacy. So I encourage all visitors, all tour operators, all holiday makers to, make Namibia Maritime Museum their destination.
What an insightful overview of the museum's history and its contents. The Namibia Maritime Museum is definitely a must visit. It is the largest maritime museum in sub-Saharan Africa and a top tourist attraction. Our time has run out. We conclude this episode of Regional Review with an important message from the Livestock and Livestock Products Board of Namibia concerning foot and mouth disease. Thank you for watching, and please keep on doing so. Until next time, take care.
Foot and mouth disease is a notifiable disease in Namibia under the Animal Health Act and is among the most contagious animal diseases in the world. It affects cloven-hooved animals such as cattle, sheep, goats, pigs, and some wildlife, causing painful mouth and hoof wounds that stop animals from eating and moving. For Namibia, FMD is more than an animal health concern. It threatens our national economy. Only a third of our red meat is consumed locally. The rest relies on international export markets. If FMD enters Namibia, exports stop immediately. Rural economies collapse, jobs are lost, and the financial impact reaches billions. A major risk comes from people unknowingly carrying the virus. It can cling to shoes, clothing, car wheels, hands, and equipment, and survive for days in the airways of a healthy person. Animal products are even more dangerous. Raw or processed meat, milk, and other dairy products can all carry the virus. Cold temperatures do not destroy it. It even survives in fridges and freezers. Only prolonged high heat reliably kills the virus. For this reason, Namibia's veterinary services enforce strict biosecurity at all points of entry. No meat, dairy, or other products from cloven-hooved animals may enter the country without a valid veterinary import permit. Shoes and vehicles will be disinfected, vehicles may be searched, and any unpermitted products will be confiscated and destroyed. This is to protect the entire country. Namibia is one of only 4 African nations officially free from FMD without vaccination. A valuable status that gives us access to premium global markets. Losing it could take years to restore. When traveling to Namibia, keep our animals safe. Do not bring in meat or dairy products without a veterinary import permit. Cooperate with veterinary officials and disinfection measures. Everyone shares this responsibility. We welcome you to Namibia. Enjoy our beautiful country and our world-class produce. Your support protects our economy, and it protects our future. For more information, contact your nearest state veterinary office or the Import and Export Control Office.